Welcome back to Keen with Kate. It's early on Friday morning and the puppies are behaving really fun. I've decided last night to cut the puppies' meals down because they've been really picky with their food and they were still having a bedtime meal, which they weren't usually eating. So we decided yesterday, I'm just making coffee as well. I decided yesterday to cut them down and so drop that feed. I think they're 7 months old now. I don't think they still need a bedtime feed. And they've been not eating their food. They've been throwing it around the kitchen. And in fact, yesterday, one of them threw their food around in here. But what they're doing now is they're trying to find the bits of, because they're hungry, because they didn't have their bedtime meal, they're trying to find the bits of food they threw around the kitchen. It's so funny. And they're hungry. Oh, for the first time in ages. And I can see a piece of food that she's trying to get to. Oh no, come on, stop it. Don't hassle my, I don't want you licking my pants. That's not good. But anyway, I have given them some food, but they're still hungry, which is a nice position to be in. Because they have been really picky with their food. And they haven't, just adjusting this camera, sorry about that. They've been really picky and it's been quite frustrating. I think this particular crossbreed of dog does have a tendency to be picky. But I'm just going to show you, I'm just warming up the coffee machine. Has it actually come on? Yes, it is coming on. Right. I'm just going to show you something really interesting. They've been refusing, point blank refusing to eat, unless it's, I don't know, just like, unless it's, look at this, look. Now, they will just eat the food because they're actually hungry. I think we've been overfeeding them and they got to the point where they were satiated and they just wouldn't eat. Whereas now, look, they're eating again. And they haven't been ill. They've just been picky. And I think I just had to hold my nerve with them. Because otherwise we would have been cooking them chickens. It was getting to that point. They were eating, what were they eating? They would eat fried mince. They'd refusing to eat any dog food. And I think it was getting to that point where we would have had to cook them roast chickens. So we didn't want to do that. My father-in-law had a dog that would only eat roast chicken and it's a complete pain. So I thought I'd just share this with you. I did have to hold my nerve. I kept offering them their food. I cut their quantities down. But then in fact, when I was successful was when I dropped their bedtime meal. So they had been having 3 meals a day up until yesterday. So they had their morning meal. They were getting treats on walks, which they were eating their treats, of course. They hadn't dropped eating those. And then they were getting dinner at about sort of 5 o'clock. And then they were getting a bedtime meal to go to bed with, which was quite a big meal. My husband was giving them that. But last night they had no bedtime meal. And surprise, surprise, this morning they're hungry. And they're not being picky, which is wonderful. Anyway, I just thought I'd share my little puppy anecdote with you. Golly, they used to love their food. That's what was so not frustrating. And in fact, actually, this is the wrong. I've managed to order the wrong food. I ordered this. This was what my older dog used to be on, but now it's just everybody's on puppy food. It's just easier. Right, I've just popped in here while the coffee's running because I want to wash my dog beds today. So I thought I'd get a start early. It's still dark outside, as you can see. Just going to shut this door so the puppies don't go out in the dark. I'm going to open the door in case I need to shake these beds out. They're definitely due a wash, and I think I could do with vacuuming in the dog crates. Oh, I thought that wasn't going to open. So, you can see it's still pitch black. I'm up very early as usual. I'm definitely a member of the 5am club. Yesterday I had a bit of a lie-in, didn't get up till 6. Today, I'm up early. So I'm just going to get a head start on my day. I was in bed by about 9 last night, so I was tired. So I've had enough sleep. I think my body doesn't want more than sort of 7 or 8 hours. All right. Oh my goodness, let's get those in. I'm going to put some of this freshening stuff in with the dog beds because it definitely makes it smell better. So I must remember to get this out of the washing machine later, otherwise they won't have time to dry before tonight. Right, let's see how we go. Switch on. Whoops. You know what I've forgotten to do? I forgot to put washing powder in. Golly, I haven't had my first coffee of the day. Golly, that was close. Just not concentrating. Not firing on all cylinders yet. I've had a glass of water. Actually, a really good thing about going to bed earlier is it reduces the amount of snacking I do. So I was really good last night. I didn't eat anything after my evening meal. And my weight's gone down this morning, so I'm really pleased about that because I had been trying to lose weight, but I hadn't been being terribly successful. Now let's start it again. Just trying to, yeah, that's going. Let's leave it. I had put washing powder in. Have I locked the door? No, I haven't. Oh no. Let me just pause while I look. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully my coffee's run through. Did I press go? I can't actually remember if I did. I think I did. Hello, you two. Yes, I have coffee. Okay, what's next on my to-do list? I'm going to go and put the tumble dryer on. I'm going to bring my water with me as well. And I'm going to bring my puppies with me, hopefully. So let's switch the lights off in here. I don't want to waste electricity. I've already fed the fish, but I think the plant in the fish tank is going to need pruning because this poor fish haven't got anywhere to swim. That plant's grown so well. I'm just going to adjust my camera so that you can see a bit more. Puppies are coming with me. Whoops, come on puppies. Don't mess me about. Right, where am I going next? I'm going through to the other utility room. You can see it's still really dark. Let's put some lights on in here. That's better? Good. Next thing I'm going to do is put the tumble dryer on. Because otherwise there's a real danger, again, that I'll forget to do this if I don't do it first thing. We are on solar power, so I try to usually tumble dry when it's sunny, but we also have batteries. And I know that my husband charges the batteries up overnight at the moment because the electricity is cheaper overnight. We're on a sort of flexible tariff. So I am loading my tumble dryer now, and hopefully that will be okay with him if I run it now. Let's just check the filter because I don't know if I cleaned it last time I emptied it. I don't know if I emptied it last time or if my husband did. Let's clean it. And it always needs a clean, doesn't it? That's one of them cleaned. What I could do is getting my vacuum cleaner down the back, down the side of the tumble dryer. There's all sorts of fluff that's fallen on the floor. You can see it from here. Right, there's the tumble dryer cleaned out. Look at all that just came out of my tumble dryer. And I know I clean my tumble dryer every time I use it. I do only use it to dry towels, so that's probably why there's a lot of fluff. But it's shocking, isn't it, how much comes out? Pop that back in. Let's pop that back in. But it is important every time you use your tumble dryer to clean out the fluff. And let's switch it on. Oh, that didn't sound right. I wonder if it needs its... something's wrong. Switch it off, switch it back on. Do you know what it is? I think it is it a condenser tumble dryer? I'm not sure. It's on. I'm just wondering if it needs its water thing emptying. Let's come on, let's see how we go. It may need its other filter cleaning as well. It has a third filter. Right, come on, out of there. I'm going to shut this one because that's not in use at the moment. And I'm going to move this through to the other room to dry. Because my husband put it in here, but actually it'll dry much quicker in the other kitchen. So I'm just going to go back through to the other kitchen and put this on an area next to the Arga. Because I want this to dry quickly. It's a bath mat, but it's a big, heavy bath mat. And I don't want it to take days to dry. If we'd put it in here last night, it would have actually dried overnight. Right, let's put that on there. Let's put some lights on. Let's see what we do. Pop into here, get my that air out. So this is my very early morning routine. This is my early morning routine that I do before my husband gets up, before I've had my shower. I am dressed to lace up shoes, but I haven't yet done my morning routine, my personal morning routine. So I like to get some things done while he's still in bed, just because I'm an early waker. I have been for a long time. I go to bed early and I get up early. Right, that will dry much quicker there. You can see it's right against the Aga. Let's switch the lights off and go back to the other room where I've left my coffee. Right, I've got some jobs I want to do in the other room. Oh, what's that doing on the floor? I think the puppies will just follow me. That's a clean tea towel. I only got that out yesterday, did I? Must have just fallen off. Right, I'm going to make a start on this ironing, of which there is quite a lot. Golly, I need a bit of a tidy up in here. But it's not too bad. I'm going to cut myself some slack. I don't know why I'm saying it's not that bad, is it? That could go back to the other room, or yeah, that could go back to the other room. Just pop it in here. Lost the puppies somewhere, haven't I? I think they're still trying to get that food out. That needs to go in there. That's the thing off the wool wash. Don't want to lose that, it's really handy. I need to deal with these pictures. They're waiting to go across to the other barn. These piggy pictures. All right, let's fill up the iron and switch it on, and then I'll go and look for the puppies. I want them to stay with me, really. There wasn't much water in that. I might put a bit more in. Mustn't put too much in. Right. I'll switch the iron on to steam iron. Right. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Mustn't forget it's on. While it's warming up, I'm just going to take these through to the other room and find the puppies. Ah, here's one. Ah, two. They've both come through. Hey, it's lovely that they're hungry. I don't want to give them too much this morning. They've had quite a bit already. I did a bit of training with them. I got them to sit and lie down and various other things. But I don't want to give them too much because I don't like to feed them before I walk them. Because what you'll find is dogs are much more obedient when they're hungry. Alright, so while I'm through here, I'm just going to pop a little bit of laundry away. Sorry, I probably should have put you some lights on, shouldn't I? I'm putting laundry away in the dark. I'm just putting pinnies away. Hello, dogs. They followed me again. It's quite sweet, isn't it? I love the way they follow me around. At least it means I can know where they are. Now they've gone to look. Do you know what? They've gone to look in their crates in case they've left food in there. That's so funny. Whereas yesterday, they weren't interested in food. They're both looking for food. That's so funny. In case they dropped anything. That's funny, isn't it? I had a feeling they were being picky because they were actually overfed. And the experiment last night has proven me right. Okay, now I'm back in here. And hopefully I can make a start on my ironing. So if you'd like to join me, I think I'm going to set a timer for the ironing. And have a little pause and just have a slurp of my coffee. I haven't got a timer in here. I'll have to use my watch. Right, so I'm going to set my timer. Sorry about this, difficult to do. It's much easier with one of those other timers. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. At least this timer comes with me. But I'm very good at ignoring this one. I'm going to start the ironing. So this is a nice, gentle, sort of relaxed start to my morning. I should run the dishwasher really as well because it wasn't full last night, so we didn't run it last night, but it's not actually full this morning, so maybe I'll give it a bit longer because once we've had a few coffees and things, it will fill up fairly quickly. Anyway, how are you at this? How's your week been? Have you had a good week? Are you on top of things? I've made quite a lot of progress this week. I've done a major declutter on my fridge. If you've seen the video, you'll have seen it. It's looking really good now. I'm really pleased with it. Oh my goodness, if you had seen what I found in there. There were so many science projects. It was quite shocking, actually. I was shocked. I was not expecting it to be that bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. I think I was back at school growing penicillin in there. I thought my fridge was quite clean. Just shows you though, doesn't it? Sometimes things get shoved to the back and forgotten. All right. So I've had quite a good week. I've been doing some decluttering. So I've decluttered my fridge. I haven't made as much progress as I would hope to have made on the decluttering upstairs. Although quite a lot of bags have left the house, and also we've decluttered a couple of old chairs that we'd been umming and ahhing about for ages because they were badly damaged and broken, and they were going to cost a lot of money to repair. I like to repair things when at all possible, but they were just going to cost so much money to repair. We decided it was probably time to let them go and buy some new to us chairs, which we managed to do this week. We actually managed to buy some new to us chairs at auction. And yesterday I actually gave all their covers, they had loose covers, I gave their covers a good wash. I Febrezed the chairs once the covers were off. And it's really given them a lovely new lease of life. And they're looking good, actually. I was very careful when I washed the covers because they didn't look like they'd ever been washed before. They look fairly new, although the chairs are not new. But I was worried that they may shrink. But oh god, I haven't lined that very well. I was worried they may shrink, so I did them on a wool wash. But I put a lot of wool wash liquid in, and they've come up really well. I'm very, very pleased, and they haven't shrunk. They've gone back on okay. And the problem is, if they shrink, they don't go back on the chairs. And also, sometimes you can damage them if you put them through too vigorous a wash. The good thing about a wool wash setting in a washing machine is it's quite a gentle wash. So I use it for lots of things where I'm not sure if they're meant to be washed. The other day, I actually washed my winter coat because I've been wearing my winter coat, my big winter coat, constantly, every day virtually for the last few months to walk the dogs. And it gets covered in mud because the dogs jump on me, and it's just, life is muddy. And I put it through the washing machine. I thought I'd done it before. I have done it. It's just a second version of this coat I've had because I actually wore the first one so much I wore it out. I'd bought it in a charity shop years ago and I loved it, but I wore it constantly. It's my favourite coat actually for winter. It's so warm. It's a really long, full length sort of dark grey wool coat. Anyway, it is wool, and it's lined. So I was a bit nervous washing it. I had washed it when I got this. This one is the replacement for the original. So I bought the identical coat on eBay, and I got rid of the one that was all damaged because I'd worn it so much. But this is the replacement. I've had the replacement a couple of years, and when I first got it, when it first came in on eBay, I did put it through a washing machine. On a wool wash, and it was fine, and I did it again recently and it's come up beautifully. It's come up like new. So I would encourage you, if you do have things like delicates or wool items and you're thinking, I really need to wash it, because I don't dry clean anything. I put everything through the washing machine. I can't remember the last time I dry cleaned anything, because the cost of dry cleaning is higher often than the cost of the item. Because I buy most of my clothing second hand, either in charity shops or on eBay. I don't want to spend 20 quid dry cleaning it. I want to put it through my washing machine. And even things like silk, you can put it through the washing machine if you put it on a very gentle cycle. Obviously, yeah, it's always a bit of a gamble. You're always thinking, is it going to be okay? So you have to be willing to take the risk that it might not be okay. But actually, I have never, ever There's nothing I think I've washed in my washing machine on the wool wash that hasn't been okay. I've always got away with it. So hopefully you will too. It must be bad for dry cleaning businesses actually, because the washing machines have now got these gentle wash cycles, which are really, really good. Most of the time it just sits there in soak. It doesn't move it about nearly as much as it does on a normal wash. Alright, how long have we been going for? Because I have been chatting a lot, haven't I? So this is my early morning routine. I will usually spend some time doing laundry. I make myself a coffee. I do a bit of a tidy up. I quite often run the dishwasher. I've actually wiped out my sink, because although my husband did the evening routine last night, I can't remember what I was doing. I was doing something. He didn't actually wipe out the sink. So although he washed the dishes and loaded the dishwasher and he cleaned some of the sink, but he didn't finish the job for some reason. I think what he did, he left the water running out, thinking it would be fine, but then didn't go back, didn't check it after all the water had run out. So I came down this morning, it was full of stuff stuck to the sink, which is never pleasant, is it? But anyway, I've had a go with the Dishmatic and it's come off. All right. So I did that. I don't know what I think I did that before I started filming. But I must remember on my way through to bed to always check it, because he doesn't seem to realise that happens, because I'm always the first one up. He never gets to see it. I think he thinks it's okay because he's let it run out. But you have to, in my experience, you have to give it a swoosh around and just get rid of all the little bits, otherwise they stick to the sink. God, this t-shirt is not coming up well, is it? You might wonder why I'm wearing all these white t-shirts at the moment. And the reason is I'm wearing them as vests. They're my base layer. So I wear them under the long sleeve t-shirts. So on this, oh, you can see a bit of colour is starting to come in. A bit more colour than usual. Right, I don't normally iron tea towels, but this one's so cute. And it's getting a bit old, so I tend to iron this one. It's covered in dogs. Oh, it's a Habitat tea towel. Well, where did that come from? I don't think I bought it, because we haven't got a Habitat. Well, it must be an old one. I assumed it was a Dunelm one. Right. Oh, let's move this out a bit. That can go on there. I'm making progress. I'm getting down my first basket. Oh, do you know what I've done? I've done it again. I've put a jumper on, and now I'm too hot. This happens quite often. When I get up, I'm really cold. I'm just gonna have to pause while I take the jumper off. I'm back and my jumper's gone. So what I was saying is, when I get up, I'm really cold because I've got out of a lovely warm bed and it's pitch black. So I layer up. I've got a t-shirt, I've got leggings, I've got a long sleeve t-shirt, and then I put a jumper over the top because I am a bit chilly to begin with, and the heating hasn't come on. And so I get going, I start moving and doing things, and then I get hot. But because I've put a camera harness on over the jumper, then it's a bit of a problem. But I've taken the harness off, taken the jumper off, I've put the harness back on, and now I'm raring to go again. But if I overheat, it can be a problem for me. I have really low blood pressure. I think ironing is quite a hot thing, because you're not only are you physically active with your arms, it's a good arm workout, isn't it? I should put it as a workout actually and see what it registers, what it does with your heart rate. Do you know, I might do that. I've never done ironing as a workout. Let's just see if I can put it to do it. Let's put it on her there. It's interesting. Anyway, things I do to amuse myself. Where was I going with this? Where was I going, Kate? Anyway, oh yes, so I get quite hot. But because I've got low blood pressure, if I get too hot, I feel faint. So I have to be careful not to overheat. I haven't drunk much yet, so I'm much more likely to feel faint first thing in the morning. I have drunk one glass of water, but I haven't drunk a second glass yet, so I should probably do that next. And also yesterday I was trying to get myself into ketosis, which I have succeeded overnight. Woohoo! I just checked my ketone levels on my little ketone meter, which I've had for years, probably 10 years at least. I've been doing keto for quite a long time, on and off. Maybe it's not 10 years, but it's a long time. I do a mixture. I do a mixture of plant-based and keto. So if I'm doing meat, I tend to do keto, and otherwise I do predominantly plant-based. So I do quite a mixed diet. All right. Let's pop this on the air. That's a lot better than it was. Good. Joe, I'm just going to have another pause and drink some water. I'm on my second glass of water. Doing a sort of keto type diet or intermittent fasting, you will find you usually need to drink a lot more water, because the ketones pass out in your urine and on your breath, which is why the ketone breath meter picks it up. But it does make you thirsty. In fact, my husband did it yesterday as well, and he doesn't normally drink water, and he was drinking water before he went to bed last night. He was really thirsty. So that's one of the ways I think you know if it's working. You're really thirsty. But I drink a lot of water anyway. But if I'm doing intermittent fasting or doing keto, because intermittent fasting quite often will put me into keto, then I find I have to drink a lot of even more water. And my husband started with the intermittent fasting. He's been a bit hit and miss with it before, but he's put a little bit of weight on, and he's kind of trying to shed that at the moment. So I think we put it on over Christmas, and then we started to shift it, and then I don't know what happened. I think we did really well in January, and then I think we did dry January, and we did veganuary, and we both dropped quite a bit of weight. And then February happened, and then a few pounds went back on, because I think we thought, oh, right, okay. So we had some dairy, and we had, and of course the weight creeps back on, doesn't it? So I've still got a couple more pounds I want to get shift. Have you managed to shift your Christmas weight, or do you not put weight on at Christmas? I always put weight on at Christmas. I think once in my entire life I had a Christmas where I didn't gain weight. It is a feast, isn't it? Certainly in the UK, Christmas is a bit of a feast, and the feast seems to start earlier every year. It kind of starts I think it starts in November, and sometimes even in October. You start to see all the sort of Christmas food in the shops. Yeah, I always find that a little stressful. The best way for me is not to go into the shops. I haven't been to a supermarket probably 10 days, because I did pop into a supermarket the other day because I was having a craving for chocolate. But do you know what? I got to the shelves, looked at it, was amazed how expensive everything was, because I haven't bought chocolate in the supermarket for a while. I haven't bought chocolate full stop, actually. I've been probably not bought chocolate now for a month. I've been trying to cut back, but I had it, when you just have a really strong craving for something, and I looked at the price. I thought, blooming heck, that's got expensive. And I then thought, actually, this isn't going to help me with my goals. There's my timer going for the first 15 minutes. My goal of losing weight is not going to be helped by me eating a family-sized bar of chocolate. And then I realised I hadn't actually got any cash on me. I'd only got cards. And then I thought, I'll have to buy a big thing of chocolate, or I'll have to buy a box with multiple ones in. And I know myself, if I do that, if I buy a family-sized bar of chocolate, or if I buy a multi-pack with, say, 5 Cadbury's twirls in it, and think, oh, I'll make those last all week, that doesn't happen. What happens? What do you think happens? I eat the entire packet on the first day. I know myself, this is a problem. I have very little self-control around chocolate. So the best way for me to control myself is in the supermarket, or not even to go to the supermarket, not even go there. Don't look at the chocolate aisle. Once it's in the house, I'm not one of those people who has amazing self-control around chocolate. One of my children, when he was little, was so two of them, in fact, have got incredible self-control around chocolate. And they're so lucky. I don't know how they managed to get it growing up with me, but they have got it. And they can have chocolate in the cupboard and they can make it last for ages. I had one of my children used to have Easter eggs. In fact, 2 of them, I think, used to have Easter eggs left for months if I hadn't eaten them. They had to hide them from me because my self-control around chocolate is really poor. I don't know why I'm so bad. I think is it the sugar? Is it the dairy? What is it about chocolate? I find it very addictive. Dark chocolate isn't addictive. So I wonder if it's the sugar and I wonder if it's the dairy. Because I'm not addicted. Dark chocolate, I've got dark chocolate in the cupboard and that can stay there for months. And I don't feel any urge to eat it. I might have a piece occasionally with a coffee because I feel that sort of is quite nice. But it doesn't have the same power over me as milk chocolate. Well, if I had milk chocolate in the house, I would just have to eat it. So the safest thing, I've started asking my children now not to buy me chocolate, just because it just makes me feel bad about myself because I can't control myself around it. They used to buy me chocolate for Mother's Day, but I just end up eating all the chocolates on the first day. What are you like with chocolate? Are you one of those really lucky people with self-control? Or do you have any foods that you haven't got self-control around? For me, it's definitely chocolate. I'm not great around cake, if it's nice cake. If it's cake I like, so it depends on the cake. I'm really into flapjack at the moment. I love flapjacks. But if I say I had a lemon drizzle cake in the house or eat a Christmas cake, actually, I'm not good around Christmas cake. But lemon drizzle, if we had a lemon drizzle in the house, I would just keep going back to it and it wouldn't last very long. It's a good job that I don't bake, because if I did, I think it would be a real problem because I like eating it too much. I don't think I'd be a skinny baker, let's put it that way. How did Mary Berry stay so slim when she baked so much? She must have loved the baking but not the eating. I wouldn't be a Mary Berry. I'd love to be able to. I'd love to be good at baking, but I think it wouldn't be good for my health. Or probably my family is either. Because everybody in our family likes cake. Except my son, actually. My eldest son has got very good self-control. And he doesn't eat sugar. Oh my goodness, I admire him so much. He does not eat sugar. He may eat it very, very occasionally at Christmas, but that is it. He has the most incredible self-control. And he's vegetarian as well, and he doesn't eat meat at all. He doesn't drink alcohol either. I think he got all the self-control. I don't know where it came from. It didn't come from me. I do admire him for that. I would love to be able to give up sugar completely. I don't think I've ever managed to do it. I've managed to cut it right down, and actually the big advantage of cutting it down is, from my perspective, is my teeth are much better. I think my teeth were, when I was eating more sugar, my teeth weren't good. Intermittent fasting has really helped my teeth as well. Touch wood. I think because I'm eating less frequently, that's probably good for my teeth. It reduces, the plaque build-up, I think. Right, where's that going? I can go on there. We've nearly got, oh my goodness, while I've been chatting away about chocolate and teeth and various things, I've finished the first basket. Woohoo, go me. So I'm going to share with you some of my hacks for how I resist chocolate, because it is a problem for me. And so the most important thing I've found for oh golly, this hasn't really washed very well, has it? It's got a stain on it. It's a shame. It's got 2 stains on it. The most important thing I've found is not to bring it into the house in the first place. For some reason, when I'm in a supermarket, I can be self-controlled. And also, yes, the time of day you go shopping is probably significant. Don't go shopping when you're hungry, or if you've been stressed. If you've been stressed, something about being stressed makes you crave sugar. I think it's a physiological thing. It's probably to do with the fight or flight. So I think fight or flight raises insulin levels, if I remember correctly, and that's why when we're stressed, we crave carbohydrate and sugar and comfort food. I mean, that's the word name's in it, isn't it? Comfort food is not keto, is it? Comfort food is mashed potato, macaroni cheese, all those sort of things. Soup, even soup is a comfort food, but most soups do have carbohydrate in them, not all. The sort of things you might crave when you've been poorly, those are what I think of as comfort foods. Like mashed potato is one of my go-tos. Fish pie, oh my goodness. Anyway, where was I going with this? So for me, the secret is not to go shopping if I'm tired or stressed or hungry. So I need to go shopping when I'm feeling really good, when I'm not, ideally after I've eaten. Because those are the moments, they're weak moments for me. And that's when I'm more likely to buy things like chocolate or biscuits or crisps or all those things that we know are bad for us. And it's really hard to be self-controlled around. Crisps is another thing. I'm not better with crisps than I am with chocolate. I can keep crisps in the house at Christmas we do tend to have them in, and sometimes I can resist them. But what happens is then in the evenings when I get tired or I'm watching telly, I'll think, oh, what have we got in? What can we snack on? I think that's my high-risk time for these things is evenings. And if they're in the house, I will succumb. So last night, because we haven't got any junk in the house at the moment, my junk last night was, I was craving something sweet, and so I had a couple of kiwi fruits and some creme fraiche. I was trying to balance the sugar out with some fat. And you know, that did satisfy my need for something sweet. And then I got on the scales this morning and my weight's gone down by 3 pounds, which is pretty amazing. But I had been overindulging earlier in the week, so I think it was just balancing itself out. But it's lovely, isn't it? When you have a day where you're on it and your weight drops, it's wonderful. It's nice. I was thinking, oh golly, I've been so good, and it's probably not gonna. And I say I walked out. I went to the shops and walked out without the chocolate, even though that's what I'd gone in for. I'd just gone in to buy chocolate because I was feeling a weak moment. I was feeling craving chocolate. And I came out without the chocolate. That was a couple of days ago. If I hadn't come out without the chocolate, I don't think I would have lost weight this week. Because I would have ended up with a family size pack or bar just for one. Right. The other thing I think is to keep active. If you do have an overindulgence, then you know, forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't feel like, oh, I'm a complete failure. Forgive yourself and then go for a walk or do some housework or do a workout or do something to burn that sugar off so you don't feel bad about yourself. And forgive yourself and move on, because we are human. We're not perfect. I'm certainly not perfect. I think knowing what your weaknesses are, knowing the things that will sort of trigger you to overindulge is quite important, and ideally not having those in your sort of home environment, and avoiding situations where you're going to be exposed to them. So that's, for me, that means not going into the supermarket too often, and trying to time when I go. Golly, what's going on with these straps? They're a bit tangled. I'm onto another dungaree dress. Golly. I'm gonna have to take the straps off. Well, look at these two. They're being so good. I love the way they do this. I've trained them from being really little just to come and lie down when I iron. When they were little, I did it because I wanted to know what they were up to. So I'd give them a chew stick. But now they just do it because they want to be with me, which is really sweet. It's just because what they're used to, they think it's normal. So if Mum's ironing, we lie on the mat. It's so cute. I don't know where Ted is. These two are having a good little nap. My little companions. Right. Oh, I think I might need to put this one on a hanger. I think I'm running out of space. I've got a hanger I can pop it on. Could pop it over there. It's quite an old dress, that, so it doesn't come up brilliantly when I iron it. But it comes up okay. It's a very practical colour. Right. I seem to be getting some brighter colours coming through in my ironing. I think These are being worn as pyjamas at the moment, but they are nice bright colours. They're just long sleeve t-shirts. But they can be worn as long sleeve t-shirts. I don't tend to buy specific pyjama tops. I just tend to wear t-shirts or vests or these sort of long sleeve t-shirts or polo necks. I just buy pyjama bottoms. Actually, I don't buy pyjama bottoms. I usually get given them for Christmas. And I quite often just wear leggings in bed as well. In winter, you need a bit of warmth. I might actually finish my second basket, which would be good. I haven't really shared very many ironing tips with you today, have I? I think the main tip I would say is just do it. Don't be perfectionist about it. It doesn't have to be perfect, does it? It just has to be better than it was before you started. No, that's not perfect, but it's only pyjamas. Nobody's going to see it apart from me. God, I've got this shirt. I'm going to leave that till last. That's the thing I'm looking forward to least. I just want to get this lot done. I'll finish on the shirt. That's definitely my fog. I should have done that first, really, shouldn't I? That shirt's been lingering because I don't like ironing shirts. I'm quite lucky. My husband doesn't wear many shirts, so I don't have to iron very many. I don't know what came over him to wear a shirt. There must have been a reason. He mainly wears t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, polo necks, jumpers, hoodies, but very rarely does he wear a shirt. I think it's because for many years he did have to wear a shirt every day. So now he quite enjoys not wearing a shirt. It was kind of a work uniform. I think there's not much water left in this. That's a bit tangled. I have to iron the strap again. There's definitely not much steam left. There's a little bit left. Oh, I don't really want to put more water in the iron because then I'll have to empty it. Hoping I can get away just with what's left in it, but we'll see. I love a steam iron. I definitely find it's much easier. Mind you, I don't know if you could buy irons that aren't steam irons anymore. Are they all steam irons? I suspect they are. Let's hang that up there. Right, what have I got in here? Another tea towel. Actually, I think I will be able to finish this. No, I'm going to have to put more water in. I've just realised that shirt is going to take loads of steam because it's a cotton shirt and it's quite creased. So let's just go for it. I'm just not going to get away with not putting more water in. There we are. Right, I'm just going to take a tiny pause while I drink some water and some coffee. Now I've had my second glass of water, that's good. I'm going to get back to the ironing. I think this is a cotton or a linen tea towel. I don't normally iron tea towels, but these sort need it really. I'm not sure this was a great buy. This is a Dunelm one, I think. I like the colour. And actually it's nice for drying dishes. Just high maintenance because they have to iron it. I think I like the waffle ones better. Just bung those in the tumble dryer. Golly, my second 15 minutes has just gone off, so I've been ironing for 30 minutes, but actually I've been working for 45 minutes because I'd forgotten I did a few jobs before I started ironing, didn't I? So you've been with me now for 45 minutes if you managed to stick with me. I hope you have. Thank you for joining me and keeping me company while I iron. I don't know if I can get... I wonder if there's gaps in the middle of this area that I've missed. There are. That's the problem. God, it's awkward with you two there. Worried I'm going to step on you. Let's pop this back. I think I can get away with just using this area. I don't really want to use the other one. I'm going to swap them around then because I'm going to do a load of laundry later. This morning I'm going to wash the dark colours, I think, this morning. I don't think I've got any whites to do. Right, here's a pair of leggings that I like to wear as pyjamas. They're a pair of sort of Jack Wills Nordic style leggings. I've had them, golly, I've had them forever. I think I've probably had these. Oh my goodness, they probably came out when Jack Wills first opened their shop, so they're probably 15 to 20 years old, these leggings. I don't know how long Jack Wills has been going. I absolutely love them. But the elastic's gone in them, so they're only really suitable as pyjamas, and they're getting to the point where they might have to become dusters. Do you know, I might put that on a hanger, and it's not a bad idea. Hang my dress up. Let's pop it on a hanger with the other dress. See if I can get it on the same hanger. Make it simpler in the wardrobe. Oh no, it's not going to work, is it? Oh, why have I done that? I think I'll put it over here for now, and then I'll get a hanger out later, because I don't want to move the drawer and disturb the dogs. And I've nearly finished the ironing. The dogs are being so good. They are little superstars. It's amazing, isn't it, what you can train dogs to do? And they've been trying to train me. They've been trying to train me to feed them beef, chicken, but I've rebelled. I'm like, I'm not going to be that sort of dog owner. I'm not giving in. You're going to eat the dog food. I get why they want the roast chicken and the roast beef and the fried beef. Who wouldn't? But I just don't want them to be picky. I do want them to eat what I give them, because life's just easier if they will eat what I give them and when I want them to eat it. I think that probably means they have to be a little bit on the hungry side, so they're not too fussy. Right, I've emptied the baskets. Woohoo! Go me. Look at all that ironing I've done. Golly, that's amazing. Right, next I'm going to iron the shirt, the dreaded shirt that I've been putting off for over a week, I think, maybe longer even. I don't know how long it's been hanging up. How long has it been hanging up in my utility room, I wonder? I suspect several weeks. You know, it's a really nice feeling, because I'm doing this Friday morning. It's part of my Freshen Up Friday is to sort out laundry, and this is definitely part of sorting out laundry. But I usually only spend 10 minutes, so what I'll probably do, I probably won't put this away today, actually thinking about it. I'll leave it to after you've ironed it with a steam iron. It's a little bit damp. I don't want to put it away damp. I'm going to have to put a lot of steam into this one to get the creases out. What was I going to say? Anyway, I like to get on top of the laundry on a Friday, just so that going into the weekend, I can relax. I think, oh, I've done all my ironing, my laundry's put away, I've washed the dog beds. It's just nice to sort of feel, you know, you're on top of things, isn't it, as you go into the weekend? You not feel like you've got to spend your whole weekend cleaning or doing laundry. So that's why I like to get on top of it. Particularly on a Friday, I like to get a head start. I get up early and get things done. I think the secret to getting up early and being energetic in the mornings is to go to bed early. So I'm quite strict with my bedtime. I go to bed usually before 10 o'clock. And very rare that I stay up past 10 o'clock. And actually, if I want to get up early, I probably need to go to bed between 9 and 10. It's my normal sort of routine. If I stay up late, I feel groggy the next day, probably because I haven't had enough sleep. Because I've got my body is set like with its own little alarm clock. It wakes me up naturally. I don't have to set an alarm. I mean, the only time I would set an alarm is if I had an appointment that I had to be out really early, because then I would think my body's going to play a trick on me and not wake me up. But otherwise, I don't need to set an alarm clock. My body just wakes me up naturally. Haven't done that one yet, which I'm really lucky. I think because if you stick to a regular bedtime and a regular getting up time, that happens. Your body just gets into a rhythm, a routine. And if I mess with that routine, if I try and sleep in, which I do occasionally at Christmas, and if we've got visitors, so I don't disturb them, I sometimes try and sleep in. I don't feel as good. I feel kind of groggy then when I wake up. It's like I've missed my natural wake-up time, which for me is usually between 4 and 5 a.m, which is a very early wake-up time. I think it is just normal for me. Right, I'm done. Oh my goodness. High five, girls. I'm going to celebrate that. They don't look very excited, do they? Anyway, thank you for joining me for my ironing session. I'm going to sit down now. I'm going to finish my coffee, and I think I'm going to read a book for a bit until my other half gets up, and then I might write a to-do list for the rest of the day. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you're enjoying my videos and my chat. There's a lot of chat, isn't there? I'm sorry about that, so if you don't like the chat. Let me know how you're getting on, and any tips or feedback is always greatly appreciated. Please do like, comment and subscribe. I really appreciate your support. I'm hoping to get to 5,000 subscribers this weekend, so it'd be really lovely if you haven't subscribed, if you would subscribe. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye for now.